It is not clear. Okay. Now, hello. Am I audible to
Now
everyone?
it is clear, sir. Now it is clear, sir.
Okay. Okay. Well, good morning, everyone. Firstly, I must convey my heartfelt thanks to the Vice Chancellor, the Deans, Directors, HODs, Professors, and faculties of Makhanlal Chaturvedi National University of Journalism and Management for organizing this wonderful FDP of 5 days long on a very vibrant topic, that is OB, organizational behavior. As you know, we all are working in an organization. Invariably, it could be your household. And for the housewives, I would say they are really part of a very dynamic organization, managing so many things every day and managing all the people in the house. This is the first example we can take for, managing people. And conflict is inevitable. It is present everywhere in every organizations at all levels. Today, we are going to have a look at various reasons for conflict. Why does it happen? How does it happen? Whether it is useful or not? And I'm sure my deliberation would surely help not only the students but the research scholars and other experts. They'll be also happy to have some more insight into the topic of conflict management. See, what happens, whatever size of organization we work with, there is obviously difference of opinion. That is because of our background, our upbringing, our social setup, our knowledge, our wisdom, our experience. All this together contributes to the day-to-day working of an organization, and conflict definitely happens. It is visible, and sometimes it is silent. Sometimes it is expressed, sometimes it just goes on, and we are unable to, check it or restrict it or reduce it. Today, my presentation is all about conflict management. I tried to make it interesting with some clippings also. I'm sure you will enjoy it throughout. So, with the permission of Dr. Kanchan Bhatia, who is the HOD over there, I would request your permission to start my presentation, ma'am. Hello. Okay. So, may I start with it? So here is the presentation on conflict management. Please have a close look. And what happens? Conflict is a very natural process. It automatically happens. Conflict is a normal, inescapable part of our life. It is a periodic occurrence in any relationship. It can be organizational, formal, informal, whatever. An opportunity to understand opposing preferences and values, because everyone has its own his own values, thoughts, perceptions and viewpoints. So it becomes very difficult to balance it all out. And in all the entire process of conflict, somewhere or the other, some energy is created, used, managed, and then fruitfully utilized in a given setup. So let us little bit go further. See, conflict is evident in homes, social arena,
Sir, your
whatever we
presentation is
do. And hello, my
your
voice is
pres-
coming or no?
your
Hello,
presentation is not visible, sir.
not visible. Okay,
Yeah,
one minute. Is it visible now? Hello, hello, hello,
sir. No, sir. No, sir.
hello.
No,
Sir, it is
sir.
not.
Okay, 1 minute.
Presentation is not visible.
Okay, okay, just a minute, please give me.
Sir, you are audible, but your presentation is not visible, sir.
Okay, just a minute. I'm sharing it. Okay,
Okay, sir.
1 minute, please. Is it visible now? No? Hello?
No, no, sir.
Hello?
No, sir.
Hello?
Sir,
Show that
Not
presenting
yet.
screen present now option.
Okay. 1 minute. Because what is happening on the present now screen? Again. Yes. Where is the screen and video and animation? Okay. So 1 second. Is it coming? No. Hello? Hello? Can anyone respond, please? Hello?
No, sir.
No, sir, not yet.
No, it's not still.
What? Check. Well, can someone
Maybe
help me
because
on
your
this?
camera is on.
Sir, just click on the present now.
Camera.
और उसके बाद एक विंडो
Yeah.
पॉपअप होगा जिसमें 3 या 2 टैब आपको नजर आएंगे और उन टैब में से किसी एक टैब पर आपका जो प्रेजेंटेशन है वो विजिबल होगा आपको.
विजय सर, आप ये बताएंगे कि आप किससे कनेक्ट हो रखे हैं? आप अपने मोबाइल से, लैपटॉप से, क्योंकि आप शायद डेस्कटॉप पे स्क्रीन शेयर करना चाह रहे हैं. हेलो विजय सर. कनेक्टिविटी इशू.
Yes, sir. Visible now.
Sir, the presentation is visible now, sir.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. अब है
Hello.
visible है sir. Presentation
Hello.
is visible, sir.
Your audio and presentation both are visible.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Audible. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Hello.
sir, you are audible and presentation is also visible. Hello.
Sir, your mic is muted.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes,
Am I
sir.
audible now?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
you are audible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
You are audible.
Audible now? Okay.
Yes,
One
sir.
minute.
Audible.
Is the presentation visible?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Hello. Hello.
Yes,
Is the
sir.
PPT
Visible.
visible?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Visible,
sir.
na?
It
हाँ.
is.
Okay, okay,
Presentation
okay.
is.
Sir,
So
audible and
once
visible
again,
both.
friends, sorry for the both. No, thank you. Very nice of you, and regret the delay because there was some technical hitch. Now, come on, coming back to our discussion, we started discussing about conflict. The basic I told you, I think that it's very common phenomena. It happens in our everyday life as well as is happens. It happens in an organization setup, whatever kind of organization we work with. It is even happening in our family, in our everyday life as well. In all walks of life, it is experienced. And the interesting thing about conflict is it is useful as well as sometimes very damaging. Sometimes it causes lot of struggle in everyone's life. Now, may I request your attention on my this first slide? Here, it is very clearly explained that it is a normal, inescapable part of our life. It is a periodic occurrence in any relationship. It can be organization or personal or interpersonal, formal, informal, both setups. It is an opportunity to understand opposing preferences and values, and it's a kind of energy. It is very interesting because we spend so much time thinking about others, what they will say, what is their perspective, what is their point of view, and in the process, we experience a lot of stress which is hidden in our minds. So that is the effect on our minds. Ultimately, it affects our working. In a day-to-day working, also we find that someone is not cooperative at all. Somebody we perceive that the other person is against me. You know, he or she will not let me go ahead in my life. That is what we usually think, and then we react or act accordingly. So let us go through this presentation which I have made. I'm sure all of you will like it, and I have tried to keep it as simple as possible. So here the next slide says conflict is inevitable because when we work with other people in any given organization, it is ought to happen. It will happen because everyone cannot be of the same opinion or same thought. Everyone has his or her own qualities, qualifications, experience, knowledge, wisdom. Everything is there in one's mind. It is imbibed in our personalities. Now, definitely, when we interact with people, somewhere in our minds, that conflict will be created. And when we speak, when we discuss on some point, when we are part of decision making mechanism in any given place, there would be conflict. Now, how further what happens? Let us see. So it is inevitable that we are seeing. Now, conflict is evident in homes and social arena also. There are umpteen number of clubs. For example, let us take an example of Lions Club. They are into social service largely, but when elections happen, you can see lot of conflict among the members. You see, because everyone wants to be the holding some kind of a chair, or wants to be the president, or wants to be the executive, wants to be the financing, just something or the other. So it is at the back of our mind, so it will definitely be present. So it is evident everywhere. It is, why does it arise? Conflict arises when we disagree with others' opinion or point of view. And this is sometimes it is explicit. We show it, we say so. And sometimes, even we interact in debate. Sometimes it results in quarrel. Sometimes we take a action like we don't talk to people. We stop talking with that person, or something of this sort happens. I am showing you one interesting video of our childhood that will tell you how conflict is there even in our when we are very young, we are like a child, and that time also it happens. What is it? Let us try to see. Please have a look at this small video which I am presenting. I am sure all of you have gone through this situation. Volume is okay? Hello? Everybody is able to hear?
No, sir, we cannot hear
Is it
you.
visible?
No, sir. So you'll have to do share full
Is it
screen.
okay? No, it is on share only. Yes. Once again, I'll try. Is it not visible? Hello?
No, sir. Only the
The
slides are
PPT was
visible.
visible, no?
PPT
It is
is visible.
visible?
Still,
Okay.
it's yes.
This video is
Still
visible?
only.
Good.
No, sir. No video.
Uh,
We
what
can
should
only
I
see
do
the
for
PPT, sir.
this? Okay. May I stop this then? Because there is a video going on, if you could see.
This and then share the screen again. Then we can see the video.
Okay. Once again. Okay. Is it visible now? No?
No, sir. Sir, start slideshow, then it will start.
Pardon? Not coming?
Slideshow.
Slideshow? Okay.
Yes, sir.
This video is not visible?
No, sir.
What
It's
happened?
only PPT here.
Okay, only PPT you are able to see.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Let me see how it can be shared. Give me 1 minute. Because it's really good and I've done a lot of research for this. Okay.
So bottom
So you
right,
need to
there is a
stop
button
sharing the
slideshow.
PPT.
Acha, stop sharing the PPT, okay?
Yes, sir.
Now it is
And
visible.
then again share full screen. Now you have to select
Again.
the option present. Yeah,
Okay.
present full screen.
Uh-huh. Is it visible now? No?
Not
No,
yet,
sir.
sir.
No, sir.
Screen is not
Hello?
sharing. Screen is not sharing, sir.
Yeah. Okay. 1 minute, please. It's not showing here. Okay. One minute. Well, hello.
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello. I will go on sharing the PPT because somehow I'm not able to connect to the video. Okay. Hello.
Sure, sir.
I
Sure,
think
sir. PPT.
because somehow I'm not able to share. I don't know what is happening. While as it is very much open and playing here, but I don't know what should be there. Some technical problem. Is it visible? Hello?
No, sir.
Hello?
Not visible. Not yet visible, sir.
It is not showing? Huh?
No, sir. No, sir.
Hello? It is not showing?
Sir, no, sir.
Sir, if you can
Started.
send to the organizers, they will play,
No?
sir.
Okay.
Sir, if you can send the link to the organizers, they will play from their system.
Acha.
We can see the PPT now.
Okay. So, acha, to the organizers. Okay. Let me see if I can do that. This is visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible
Hello?
now.
Hello? Is the PPT
Yes, sir,
visible?
it is visible.
PPT is visible.
Yes, yes,
the video
sir.
doesn't show. Okay. But the video it doesn't show. Okay. Fine. So let me check if I can correct it. Otherwise, we'll go ahead with discussion. No issue at all. So in this video, which I have tried to show, I have shown that how even as a small child, we play with friends, and if something happens, it completely disturbs us, and we take various things like we try to avoid that person, we stop talking to that person as a child, and even at home also we keep mum, or we remain angry throughout the day because of some of the friends behavior with us. The video has been very good, but I have been unable to share it somehow. Now I didn't know, otherwise I would have sent the link earlier to Dr. Bhatia, but now no problem. So here I have tried to give you the definition of conflict. It will, the bookish definition you can always see in various books. So many, renowned authors like Luthans and others, they have given wonderful definitions of conflict. But in a layman's word, what is it that commonly I have shown over here? So it is, we perceive something about conflict as such. When I say what is conflict, everyone will have maybe little different answer. So it is perfectly opposition or incompatibility of something, and our interaction, action or interaction or reaction to something. That is the basic meaning of conflict. And this is a process that begins with when one party perceives that another party has negatively affected or is about to negatively affect something the first party cares about. One good example I can give here, that is of our performance appraisal. At the end of the academic year, we look for performance appraisal. We fill up the form if there is the system of self-appraisal, and mostly it is followed in most of the organizations. I believe in your organization also this must be done. And then we perceive that what the HOD or the director or the dean is going to give me a rating as of what I have contributed to the organization, to the students, and to overall to my career. Then what happens if we don't get that kind of a grading? It starts right from thinking. When we think that this is going to happen next week, inspection is going to happen next week, what the other person will say, we think and perceive about it. And whatever preparation we are done, we always feel this is the best we are done. So ultimately the conflict happens. It is the process, starts, triggers, then escalates, and then subdues, gradually it reduces. That is the process. So particularly when we feel that there would be some negative effect about maybe whatever activity I am doing, whatever thing I want, that cannot be achieved if this person doesn't support me. That way we always think. Now there have been some traditional thoughts about conflict. So it is conflict. What is the various schools? They had given various thoughts, and the traditional view was written 1930s and 1940s, because then you can imagine in the olden days what used to happen, that the organization used to have typical anarchical kind of atmosphere where your orders will come and you have to follow, come what may, go through with this. So there was no hearing to your opinion of what you want. Then when human relations came in, that was late 40s and to mid 70s, or even to mid 80s, we can say, in a country like India, we have come up with human relations. Human values were valued, and as a human being, your contribution, your working, you're respected as a good human being, firstly. And then interpersonal relations got a lot of weightage and importance. And this is when HRM really developed. Human resource management view came into picture. And then nowadays, it is interactionist view. Yani, what will happen that in a given situation, your team leaders, your managers, your seniors, your peers also, they will organize for an interactive meeting to understand what are your views about the given phenomena, about the given decision, about the given working style, about the given decision to be taken. So I'm sure this must be happening in your own organization also. Nowadays, every day we find it that there are meetings held. Every alternate day there is a meeting in most of the even academic institutions. At the end of the day, also the principal or vice chancellor or the HOD, they call up for a meeting. We feel strained and stressed, yeah, that unnecessarily I have to go. Another 1 hour will be wasted. That is what we think. But actually, it is an opportunity to come forth with your suggestion, with your opinion about the given phenomena. When this FDP was organized, I'm sure Madam must have taken couple of meetings or maybe number of meetings with all concerned. There have been committees and teams were framed. You will handle what, you will handle what, like this. And the job was assigned and it was discussed that what can be the theme. Right from that day, it could have taken this shape. It takes a lot of time to plan out things, and you have to take everybody's opinion on that. Then only smoothly it can be launched or rotated for any given task. It can be said like this. So it is interactionist view which is currently going on everywhere in the world. Then what has been this, we are seeing the common schools of thought. So we'll go to the further. So there are two types of, broadly there are two types of conflict. One is a functional conflict, the other is dysfunctional conflict. So functional conflict is conflict that supports the goals of the group and improve its performance. And dysfunctional conflict is conflict that hinders group performance or achievement. I'll come back to the slide 1 minute. Yeah, this way, I think this also. Yeah. Functional versus dysfunctional conflict we are just seeing. Let us try to understand it little bit. This is functional conflict is conflict that supports the goals of the group and improves its performance. This is every day we can experience this, like how openly if we discuss this open forum and exchange of thoughts and ideas is happening. So that is functional conflict. So though there have been difference of opinions, but it contributes to something better for the organization or for the decision to be taken. Dysfunctional is very harmful because it is not evident, it is hidden in the person's mind. He or she doesn't convey it or speak about it. Then it really kills the total functioning of the organization. There are disputes and quarrels going on in the organization. Gossiping happens and unnecessary things spread. So that is dysfunctional conflict. So this is further explained, in a simple language. So functional conflict is works toward the goals of an organization or group. Dysfunctional is blocks an organization group from reaching its goal. So dysfunctional high conflict and low conflict is also there. So what you typically think about conflict is dysfunctional high conflict, and a typical view, depending upon previous experiences or whatever knowledge. Hello, am I audible? Hello, am I audible? Hello, am I
Yes, sir.
audible?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
and the PPT
Yes,
is
sir. Loud and
visible.
clear.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Should
Yes,
be
sir.
louder. Okay, okay, okay. So coming back to this functional, dysfunctional, I explained a bit, and then I'm taking you further. What are various thoughts on functional conflict that I'm showing? So there was a very famous author, Mary Parker Follett. She said that constructive conflict is there. What is constructive conflict is, you can think of like you are building something. If you are to build a building with playing cards, and you have two partners, unless there is good communication between us, that is increases information ideas, that is exchange of information and ideas, you cannot build a castle with playing cards. So think as a plaything, we might have done it in our childhood. So what happened, unless you tell the other person what you are doing, how you are going to do it, and have his or her opinion in it, you cannot build a castle with it. That encourages innovative thinking. Now, every now and then we come across this word, innovative thinking. And even in your case, in your organization also, directors or deans, they must be telling you, think out of the box, bring something new. And this is particularly applicable for research nowadays. How to bring out a new research idea, it can be converted into a project, and then it can be actually approved and then implemented with funding or without funding, whatever. But it's a big challenge for academicians. So innovative thinking requires lot of creativity, lot of reading also, lot of research is at the back of innovative thinking. You have to really think out of the box, then only something innovative can happen. What is happening in most of the research projects nowadays, we find that there is a lot of repetition. People don't care for doing something out of the box and bringing it to the shape. It is difficult also. It's not easy. But with the teamwork, we always do it, and you all also must be doing it, because all our scholars, research scholars or PhD holders already would be there in the audience. So they would agree with me that yes, innovative thinking, the word is good and handsome, but bringing it actually in practice is little bit difficult. Then what happens is constructive conflict unshackles different points of view, because if brainstorming is done, everyone comes out with his or her opinion and ideas, and then definitely a better thing can take shape. But in many times, in most of the organizations, we have seen that the conflict, it remains in the mind, and because of other personal factors of guts and readiness, we are unable to come out with our opinions. And because of fear also, sometimes there is a fear of seniority, fear of peers, log kya kahenge, that kind of thing. Then it reduces stagnation. Stagnation is where there is no change at all, where things remain static as it is. Every day we come to the office at 10:30, go at 5:30, and then over a period of 3 years, 5 years, stagnation creeps in. We don't find anything new is happening in the given setup. So who all are responsible for this is we people, we as a team, we as a group, we think innovatively, then stagnation can be removed. And this is where constructive conflict comes into use comes into picture. Now, dysfunctionally high conflict is what? That there is no room of expressing my thoughts. There is no chance, there is no opportunity given to you for speaking about something openly and frankly. Then it will cause you some tension. It can be experienced in family also. Sometimes one person in the family is dominating, doesn't listen to you at all. Even our Dadajis or Nanajis, you might have experienced, or in husband-wife case also, one is very dominating, so the other person definitely experiences tension, anxiety, and stress. And stress is literally a killer, because not only that, it stops your thinking ability and kills you in one sense in your mind. And then you feel you feel lethargic, you feel lazy, all that happens. So this is should be avoided. For that, various techniques are used in organizations nowadays. Even in companies like Capgemini, when I visited, I have seen that they allow you for playing something, go out and play, go out and sing, there is a special area provided in the air conditioned campus that you go and experience whatever you want to do. Go. So if you are some station of you go out, take a walk. People here, we people also do it. Your people go out for a cup of tea, go out for a smoke, which they should not, but they do it. They go out, eat pan and do whatever. It is because of it is a reflection of some kind of a stress they are carrying in their mind. And anxiety is also very harmful. If it is used in a healthy way, it's good, but it doesn't. Mostly it remains silent and it causes a lot of trouble, like even sometimes migraines, sometimes headaches, sometimes sleepiness, sometimes over hungriness, something or the other happens. We drink cup of coffee after a cup, and then it is because of the anxiety, and it drives out low conflict tolerant people. Now there is tolerance to conflict means what? I'll give you one small but good example. In an office setup, we have some class 4 employees also. They are like, say, you call them in common language peons or assistants. They are supposed to do all that small course in the office, cleaning, dusting, this, that, so many things they do. And if we come and we find something not in order, we immediately shout, oh man, you have not done this, or drink water, do this, like this. We keep on giving orders. Now, or there, the same person has to go to the bank or go out and do something. Then he is carrying all the pressure in his mind because he does not have a room to open up to speak about. In some offices, they are really treated very nicely, class 4 also, and then they don't experience this particular thing. Then it reduces trust naturally. When anxiety is in my mind, stress in my mind, I will not trust the other person at all. This automatically happens in our day-to-day organizational life as well as personal life also. Then poor decisions because of withheld or distorted information. I know something very good which will contribute to the success of the organization, but I am not giving it. I am not telling it. I am not sharing it, because we fear that if I share my idea with my colleague or some other person, he or she will take the credit and I will have no value at all in the organization. But it is the other way around actually. We always do this. We do not share out immediately, and then it affects the decisions. So poor decision making is done. So we have to avoid this. Excessive management focus on the conflict. Then what happens? You're all seniors, they keep on thinking that yes, this conflict thing should be reduced, and then since it is not visible sometimes, how can you reduce? It's like this. So there is another video. Is this first page visible on the screen? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is visible, is it? So I'll click. Let me see if the video plays. Otherwise, you people kindly tell me. Let me see if it plays. Yeah, it is directly hyperlink here. Let me see if it all it plays. Is it visible? Hello?
No, sir.
Visible?
Video is
Very
not
good.
playing.
Please see. Yeah. Please see this video.
No, sir. Video is not playing.
Video is not playing.
It is playing, no?
No, sir. Video is not playing.
Video is not playing. Okay. Well, this is so good. This is about. Well, let me see. Otherwise, we'll go to the next. It is not visible. Now, screen is visible.
Screen
Hello?
is visible.
Hello.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
But the video doesn't play.
Sir,
Yeah.
can you please go to the slide show more? Slide show more, which is there in the top of the panel in which you are presenting. It is at the top.
1 minute, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Let me come out of this.
Yes, sir. Please come out of that.
Slideshow. Slideshow. Yeah.
Please hit on that, sir.
Hello.
Hit on that, sir.
Yeah.
Please
It is open.
Yeah, from the current slide.
Hello?
Please. Yes, sir. Please go to
From the
current slide. Yes.
yeah, current slide.
Okay, so let it open.
Yes.
It will open.
It has opened.
It will open, sir.
Hello.
So
it has opened. It is open. Okay. I'm playing it now. Please see if it is playing on. Huh?
I don't think it is
Where?
in the slideshow mode still.
Okay. Is it visible? Hello?
Yes, sir, it is
Is it
visible.
visible, ma'am?
The screen is visible,
But the video doesn't play.
isn't playing. Sir, you are still not in the
Okay.
slideshow mode of this particular slide. You need to
Okay,
go to the
1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Okay, okay, 1 minute. Hello? Yeah.
Okay.
Slideshow.
From the current slide,
Yeah.
let it open.
Yeah. One current slide, it has opened.
No, sir, click
Yeah.
on.
Click. Yeah, I clicked on it.
So then there must be some problem because no, the navigation board should be visible where you can play it, stop it, pause it. It is not visible.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Back.
No, sir. No.
1 minute.
Sir, here ideally you should see
Why?
the play button, the pause button. Ideally it should be visible there.
Okay. Okay. Let me check. The screen is visible, the video doesn't play. Huh?
Yeah, video is not playing, sir. There are no options to play the video.
Okay. Okay. नहीं ये वीडियो भी दिखाना है this also. How it can be done?
Sir, थोड़ा screen can you please maximize the screen, sir? Can you please maximize the screen?
Oh yes, I can. Next.
There's nothing, it's just the introduction.
No, it is a very good video. Yeah. 1 minute. I should maximize the screen you want, no?
Please maximize and let us see what are there, whether the video has been properly included in the PowerPoint or not. That we need to see.
Okay.
I think, sir, this is just a picture.
Okay. I see. Okay, let me see if the video opens, then I can show you directly from the video. Will that happen?
Someone else is blocking.
Okay. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
जी sir.
The screen is visible?
No, sir.
Hello? Why it's playing here, I don't know why. It is very much playing on my screen.
Sir, is it possible to share the presentation with the organizers? Maybe they will be able to play it for us.
If you can mail the entire PPT to them, sir, they can play it for you and you can just instruct them to go next, and so on.
Okay, so should I mail it to Kanchan Bhatia ma'am?
It will be great, sir. Kanchan ma'am, I'm not sure, but maybe the organizers. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll do so. Madam Kanchan ma'am?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes,
Dr.
sir,
Kanchan ma'am?
Yes.
May I
Sir,
send it to you on the mail?
PPT?
May I send you on the mail?
It is not opening, sir, now.
Because the video is not playing, ma'am. Videos are very good, really.
Oh.
I'll send you the entire presentation.
Okay, video you can send. We will mail them tomorrow. Okay.
Hello. Or if you can
Videos
play
we will
it
send
from
them
there.
tomorrow, sir. You just show PPT.
Okay, fine. Come on. I'll do that. Okay, Betty.
You show PPT now.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. PPT I'll show. Pardon? Show me. Come, no? Is the screen is visible? No, right now. Hello? Once again I tried. Can you? No, this screen is visible. No, managing conflict a study case.
Sir, it is the PowerPoint. We can see the PowerPoint managing conflict, a case study. We can see that, but it's just the PPT. We can see the PPT.
Okay. This is not visible, you say. Video is not visible.
The video is not visible, sir, but the PowerPoint is visible.
It's okay, sir. It's okay, sir. That one
अभी भी नहीं
can-
दिख रहा ना? Let's check. It is visible now? No. Okay.
No, sir.
Hello.
So please enable sharing.
Okay.
Close the sharing, enable sharing
Enable?
again, and then enable sharing
sharing.
again. Then it will work, sir.
Okay.
So you skip that video part, as madam said, that we can later on, she can share
Okay.
with us and see.
Okay.
You proceed with the
Yeah.
presentation.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Is this visible now? The next slide.
Yes. Yes.
Hello.
So please
The next
continue,
slide is
sir.
visible. Levels and types of conflict. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry.
Please continue.
Somehow there is a technical hitch which I am not able to correct. So levels and types
No.
of conflict we discuss here. Hello. 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 Hello.
Yes, sir. Sir, it's visible, sir.
Sir, you are audible.
Visible.
Yes, yes.
Audible. Na? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. 1 second. On the same slide. Now the videos are not playing. Otherwise, that is very useful. Anyway, no problem. Sometimes it happens. Yeah. So here I have tried to explain what are the various levels and types of conflict. Since we all work in organizations, so what is the level of conflict and what is the nature of conflict? So in organization level, it is within and between organizations. Within means within the organization itself and between other organization and us. This is typically visible if you look at the Patanjali videos nowadays. If have you happened to see in the last week, the chairman of Patanjali, Dr. Baba Ramdev, he shows, even he names other companies' products also. He says that's what I was also wondering how he can do that. He was explaining some shampoo. I was witnessing that, and he said that Sunsilk or the given other brand, he named a few, and they own Patanjali, some Kesh Care something. He said this is definitely better than this all. Not just saying and believing. Now this will create a conflict between organizations, you see, and between users also. Like in a family, in a given family of 4, suppose if everybody is using a different shampoo, it can very well happen, it happens, and now you claim that no, yours is better. Only saying so, will that work? I mean, will it not create some kind of a conflict? Now think of, at organization level, you are thinking that our courses, this is an example, please. So our courses are the best in India, and some universities or colleges claim their courses are best in the world. We are even better than Howard, we can say. But how actually we are? I mean, that will, between some organization and the other, the conflict always happens. This competition is there, and competition will always be there. So definitely it will happen. And within organization, obviously within people and groups of people, it is evident also, and it can be easily observed that yes, there is some kind of a conflict happening. And in groups, within and between groups, you have departments. So departments are groups of people assigned with certain given tasks. These are departments. So between departments, like suppose if you are into the academics department, and your few things are always dependent on the finance and accounts department, you need certain bills or budgets to be processed as fast as possible. It doesn't happen. Somewhere or the other problem occurs. They will say, the accountant tells that there is no budget. You say, how come for all other expenses you have budget? My project, you are not able to give me money. All this will definitely happen within groups and between groups also. And within group, say there is a finance department, there can be 6 executives. 3 feel that yes, this is a very healthy thing for the organization, money should be given. Other 3 feel that no, it is not that urgent, the other things are much on top priority. So that keeps on happening. And at individual level, obviously it is within us, within individuals, and this is inside me, and between individuals with others. So this is conflict is such a phenomena. It always happens, and definitely it will happen. Now how to manage it? So here I like to definitely show you this types of conflict. I explained with more easy examples to understand. So there can be a conflict related to tasks. So task conflict is conflicts over content and goals of the work. Sometimes you are given an assignment and you are not sure whether this actually can happen like this, or whatever things are required would be there or not, whether it will bring out the exact outcome or not. This typically happens with projects. Like supposing you are giving some research projects to your students, and now right from the deciding the topic to be given to the students, then the resources, and then the methodology, you keep on doing a lot of brain work, and actual discussions also happen, but there is always a conflict over the content and goals of the work, whether it will bring out the desired goal, it will meet the desired goal, desired outcome or not. That is task conflict. Then the second one is relationship conflict. So there is a conflict based on interpersonal relationships, and this is visible at both the places, at workplaces and our families. So you think of a marriage event where you are participating. There are some people who are very good with you. There are some people who are, maybe they envy you. Some people are jealous. Then they talk about jewelry, they talk about dresses, they talk about styles. So many things happen. So that is relationship conflict. And in a given family hierarchy also, the interpersonal relationships are affected due to conflict. We avoid that person, we do something, and the other person also does the same thing. So at the end of the day, the conflict remains for years together. You might be very good with your masi or your mami, and you might not be very good with your chachi. That is a very common phenomena, but it should be avoided. Now how and why and how it can be done, that we'll see in the subsequent slides. There is a process conflict over how work gets done. Now, this is typically I have seen in a industry. I've visited Pale Biscuits Limited at a couple of plants, not only one in Mumbai, but other places also I have visited. And here, like if it is a franchisee kind of a place, then you can easily see that there is a conflict related to process. Some new innovations come, other companies are bringing in some new packaging technique, and you have to establish the same thing in your company. The franchise needs more money, something always keeps on happening. Now how to do it, now how it can be get done. So over there the conflict happens in a given organization. And then I was part of the as a consultancy team to them, so we advise them, look, you go in small phases, don't shell out so much of money immediately in a place like Jabalpur or Indore, this Pitampur. I said you take your time and gradually you improvise the system. So this is how conflict over how works get done, that can come into picture. Go to the next slide. So what are the causes of team conflict? Team conflict is people work in a team. What is the long form of team? All of you know, I think together everybody achieves more. Now, if it is so, if there is conflict among the team members at team level and inter-team level also, then how what happens? Let us see. So there can be competition for scarce resources. And for this, I have given excellent examples. Working on the same issue, then lack of buy-in with recommendations. This is what let us try to understand with small examples. The first one I will tell you, you have got two printers in your entire office, and there are 5-6 departments using it. Now you go there, you find somebody else is already using, and he or she is going to take 2-3 hours for printing work of different documents, and that person is not allowing you to use the system. This happens with photocopy machines also. And then there is a problem, there is a conflict. You say, we need at least more, 2-3 printers should be provided, 2-3 more phones should be provided, whatever. And this, all of you must have experienced sometimes. That is competing for scarce resources. This happens with office space also, cabins and sitting areas, working areas, so many things. Then lack of information sharing. What happens? Mostly people don't share the information they have quickly. Nowadays, with media like WhatsApp or SMSing and all, our information sharing has become better. That is at least about the communication from some authorities, some management level to us level, our level, we at least share. But otherwise, more vital information we do not easily share, which is so healthy sign of a good organization that people contribute on a day-to-day basis. Then lack of clear direction. There is always a confusion. Whom to follow? Like sometimes the HOD says something, the dean says something, the director says something else, and the VC has something else in mind in an academic setup. In an organizational, commercial organization setup, the chairman has some different view. The area manager says something else. The sales executive or the marketing person has something else on mind. So then there has to be a set direction for everything to be done. Then others working on the same issue. This has also been seen in many organizations. We find that other people also doing the same thing, working on the same theme. You know what we have in mind, or we've been given. Then we have clashes. We have conflicts, and lack of buy-in with recommendations. That is, the valuation, the value given to good contribution, good recommendation is not there. Sometimes you are neglected, your thoughts are good, your ideas are good, but you are not given proper weightage, proper value, then it goes waste. This is how conflict is caused, and these are the external issues which cause the conflict. So let us see the next slide. Here also I have explained a few. With is the screen visible now? It is visible, I believe. Hello, everyone, please respond. Hello.
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Visible.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. Thank you. Now, yes, thank you. Because I'm just checking. There was a problem in the system, so I thought I should check with you all. Thank you. Now, there are performance issues. Now, behavioral problems, absenteeism, late work, not doing what promised. This is very common phenomena we have seen. People, they don't come on time. Our class time is 10 a.m. and look at your resources to keep a record, not individually. Please don't take it personally. But as a general talk, I'm telling you that people late coming, late reporting to work, avoiding, not going to your work area on time, absenteeism, taking leave now and then. If there's a facility of short leave or half day leave, taking undue advantage, stretched lunch breaks. We all do that, even myself. We go for lunch, it is 2 to 2:30, and I don't mind, stretching to 2:30 or 2:40. And in the process, I'm killing some valuable time. Now not doing what promised. The task was given in the morning that come what may in the evening, you give me this report, make this filing, or something or the other. Not only you, but your colleague, your peers, your juniors, your seniors, all put together. So the behavior definitely causes a lot of conflict and results in conflict definitely. Then work quality problems, quality of work and quality of work life, both the things we have been studying in HRM quite often and always. In operations also we study this. Now the quality of work. What was asked to be done, like suppose if you are asked to draft a letter to the chairman of UGC for something, or you have to write a letter to say the NRF, the NRF now is getting famed. So to NRF or other research granting organizations, then funding organizations, then the quality of work uh, is not visible. Sometimes there's spelling mistakes, sometimes drafting mistakes. So all that happens and it creates conflict. Then interaction and communication issues, schedule conflicts, one member taking over, then conflict between members and disagreeing over responsibilities. This also seems like if you are organizing a social gathering in your institute, your organization, or if there is a school organizing, this annual celebration, social gathering or something, there are always problems. Who will do what schedules will be there, and who will execute what in what manner. that becomes a very tough task for the principal or supervisor of an institution. The HODs or directors also face this problem of scheduling. Then one member taking over, that is one dominating guy or girl, they already, I mean, they dominate the things. They decide. They say no, no, this is the best, and this should be done like this. So some domination happens. Then between members, always there is a conflict present, and it is definitely a cause of conflict. Since, as I told you, there can be a difference of opinion on various issues. So striking a balance and bringing all to agree upon something is a very difficult task, and that we experience in everyday life. Remember, there is nothing but the conflict, in their minds, which is behind this. Then disagreeing over responsibilities, who will do what, that the job assignment is done, and then we feel that no, no, I should have been doing the reception, I should have been doing the comparing, and then the conflict arises. It's like this. So this I tried to explain with a small picture also on the right, which you can easily see and understand how the other person is looking and his body language. Come on. So we'll go to the next. So levels and types of conflict. We are continuing our discussion further. So it is intra-organization conflict. That is, simply speaking, conflict that occurs within an organization, and interfaces of organization functions can occur along the vertical and horizontal dimensions. Vertical conflict is between managers and subordinates. Horizontal conflict, obviously, between departments and work groups. So this is, I think, there is no need to much deliberate on this. All of you are all academicians and scholars, so I'm sure you will easily understand this slide. I will take you slightly further. Now, levels and types of conflict, I have continued further on this. Intra-group conflict. So this is conflict among members of a group, early stages of group development, ways of doing tasks or reaching group's goals, and then intergroup conflict is between two or more groups. This I will explain with easy to understand example. Firstly, and it will be collectively the example which I will give. Intra-group conflict and intergroup conflict simultaneously I will try to explain with very easy to understand example. Let us take an example of your Bhopal Development Authority. There is a beautiful park created. I think what was the name? I don't remember. But that was supposed to be the hot evening spot for all people. I think what was that? I forget the name. At Bhopal, one beautiful spot was developed by the Bhopal Corporation somewhere on the road to Badbada. The presentation is not visible, is it? Hello, hello, hello all, hello,
It is
hello
visible.
all, visible. Okay. So then Sai Sapata, that is, I will collected the name just now. Now imagine how many of us have visited as a individual or as a member of a group, that is, say, for picnic. It was aimed at that people will come here with students or with other group members, and then we can have good time over there. We even never thought of going there for picnic or as a group visit, isn't it? So what has happened that within the group of our even municipal members, this was reflected in one of the discussions in the corporation meetings, that they thought that it is a waste of money to create this, and others say no, no, it will be useful as a picnic spot or a very good evening spot for youngsters and aged, all of that. That doesn't happen. Creation of a statue, so they also feel so. So what happens that within members of a group, conflict is always visible and present, and it can be seen. Then suppose if you are going to form a group, that is early stages of group development, you are planning to launch a new research project and you want a group of faculties or students to handle it. Now the question will arise in your mind that how many members will be there, and how can I really give a good shape to this group? how who all can be there, who all can supervisors, who can be the supervisors, who can be the actual field workers, and how we can go about it. So that early stages of group development, of group formation, that also involves a lot of conflict. Then ways of doing tasks or reaching groups goals. Obviously, in it, our contribution on a day-to-day basis contributes to reaching a group's goal. And if there is a conflict present, it will not happen. Then there is intergroup conflict experience between two or more groups. I think I discussed this earlier within different departments. How does it happen between various departments in a given organization? So no need to repeat on that. I will take you a little further. So interpersonal conflict. This is very very important to understand this, that it can be it is always between two or more people. Differences in views about what should be done, efforts to get more resources, differences in orientation to work, and time in different parts of an organization. This is within people, within people working at various levels, working with different in different capacities, who are responsible for decision making, like efforts to get more resources. For your organization, you want to have two more projectors for classrooms, or you want a digital smart classroom. Now it obviously requires procurement of new resources, new equipments, and then establishing them, then training people on use of them. Now this all involves a lot of discussion between people, and of course decision making. Now here how it can happen is, as I told you earlier, that definitely people would have different view and different ideas. So it will be very difficult to arrive at a common decision and solution about it. So this is interpersonal conflict. Now we'll go to the next. So it is intrapersonal conflict. It's what this occurs within an individual. And let me tell you, we all, each one of us experiences this every day, not only one day, always, because it occurs within us, in our mind. It is tied to a person's values. So if what happens, we compromise, we avoid, we keep silent, we keep mum, or something or the other happens, and we carry all the stress in our minds, and that is not good. So you should try to minimize the conflict in your mind. So then there is feeling of unfair treatment. You always this can be called as a guilty feeling also. Like sometimes we feel that no, yeah, the other person is better than me or inferior than me, and then accordingly I behave in the given office or organization setup. So that is, and sometimes I feel no, the HOD or the director, all my juniors are neglecting me. Nobody gives me importance like this, and it always happens in our mind. And multiple and contradictory sources of socialization. I am not in the right kind of a setup. That's what I feel in my mind, that I am not a part of a good group. People are not supportive. How can I go ahead? Otherwise, also in your social setup, also you feel that maybe my kitty group or my evening party group is not that good for me. So, and there is a contradiction in our mind about it. And related to a theory of cognitive dissonance and negative inequity. This we have seen in part of psychology as well as consumer behavior. What is cognitive dissonance and negative inequity? What happens is in our mind we think so, and when we actually confront that person or that situation, we are at a disadvantage because of our mind only ultimately, and then we are not able to decide what can be good for me. The threshold we are not able to overcome very easily in our psychological setup, and our mind is so dynamic. At the same time it thinks of 10 things, and it keeps on pondering over issues repeatedly. Something happened about 3 years back, still lingers on our mind, and it is where cognitive dissonance comes in. How to segregate, how to get away from this and then come over it is a challenge. And for that, various techniques of conflict management can be used, including meditation. Anyway, this is at the intrapersonal level. So let us go a little further. So inter-organization conflict, it is between two or more organizations. It is not only competition. Example, suppliers and distributors, especially with the close links, now possible. What is that? That is, see, you think of a big company like Hindustan Unilever. Now imagine having 15 lakhs of retailers in India, how they could be managing the huge distribution network. Those who are familiar with marketing and sales, the distribution thing, they understand very well. So there can be a chain of intermediaries or partner, you can say business partners who are engaged in making the goods or services available for ultimate consumption for the consumers or ultimate purchase by the consumers. For this, a network of intermediaries is created, and there are suppliers, there are stockists, distributors, and there are retailers. And yesterday, like you have purchased a pen, you have bought it from a retail shop, you have purchased one, say for 10 bucks. But imagine that one ball pen reaching that shop, how it has been enabled, how it has been done. You buy grocery, we buy hundreds of things every day. So imagine that. See, with there is always a conflict. There is demand for something. The supplier doesn't give. The distributor or the retailer thinks that there is some delay in the pipeline of supply chain, and we are not getting the services. The customer feels we are not getting the services. This company is good or bad. So, immediately we make an opinion. So there would be a conflict definitely existing in such situation. And the last line here, especially with the closed links now possible, means what? Because of social media, you are immediately putting your complaint, or you are able to convey your problem, or you are communicate more rapidly with the advent of new digital media. So these new links are very useful, but still the conflict remains. And it has been seen, it always happens. Even in your day-to-day life also, if you buy vegetables from a typical vendor, and if something is not available, you always complain. And then you say that in this case, I will have to go to other vendor. That is the conflict, happening, and how it results into some negative thing. Anyway, we'll go to the next. Here's a video case, but as usual, it will not play. I believe the screen is visible to all. Management case studies. Hello. Hello, everyone.
Yes, sir, it is visible. Yes,
Hello.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it
Yes,
is
sir.
visible.
The screen is visible, but the
Yes,
video
sir.
doesn't
Yes,
play.
sir.
I
Yes, sir.
wonder why. Because here I have tried to give you a very good case study. I wanted everyone to go through a small story about an organization and how they have solved it. Let me see if it plays. Otherwise, I'll resume on the slideshow again. I don't think it will play. No, it doesn't play. Anyway, I'll go on the slideshow again. Hello. This slide is visible now. Conflict episodes. Hello. Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir, it
Yes,
is
sir.
visible.
This is visible. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
there
It's
are three
visible.
types of conflicts. Yeah, they are conflict episodes. They are called as. So there is a latent conflict, manifest conflict, and conflict aftermath. This is what latent conflict is: the conflict which is present but invisible. Manifest conflict means which is manifested, which is in some shape or the other, which is reflected somewhere. And conflict aftermath means the residue, like the conflict was there, it was solved by some means, but still something or the other remains. Like if you make say cake, at home, or anyway, if you cook something or the other is left in the utensils or the equipments you are used. You can always visualize this. This always happens. You make a simple dish, something or the other is stick to the utensils or the equipment you are used. In the same way, in organizations also it happens. There is a hidden conflict firstly, it is reflex, and then you resolve it somehow, you use some technique which we are going to see what are the various techniques of conflict management, but then it is manifested, it is visible, it is reflected, it can be seen, felt, and it is solved. But then something or the other remains. How? Let us see in the next slides. So latent conflict. It is antecedents of conflict behavior that can start conflict episode. Means what? There are some reasons, some causes which are happening and triggering the conflict in our minds. And then it definitely causes some kind of a conflict episode is some kind of a evident conflict comes up. So that is manifest conflict, observable conflict behavior. Yeah, you show it. You have an angry face. You keep calm. You avoid. You restrict your activity. You go slow. People do that, na? Go slow. Why? Because there is a conflict. There is some dissatisfaction somewhere. There is some disagreement somewhere. So it is manifested. It is shown, and explicitly it is visible. And then the management, your superiors, your peers, they take some or the other measure, and the conflict is resolved. But there is conflict aftermath. Means what? End of a conflict episode. Often the starting point of a related episode becomes the latent conflict for another episode. Like once I had some debate, some hot discussion with my colleague or my superior or some or junior also, and then somehow we solve it. Come on, the manager interferes, or you yourself decide, no, this is okay. I'll come on for the time being. Let us avoid this. Let us not talk about it. Like this, some decision we take, and it ends. But often the starting point of a related episode means I remember it. Okay, beta, let my turn come. I will show you that kind of thought we have, and we wait for such an opportunity, and it becomes a latent conflict for another episode. It keeps on boiling in our mind, and this happens in families also. Remember, everything is related to both organizational life and personal life as well. So then the moment you get it, it again manifests. Like suppose if you are not very happy with your child's behavior, something, not studying, playing too much of mobile games, or spending wasting time somewhere, and that conflict boils in your mind that this person is not listening to me. Every day I am telling you, do this, not listening. Then what happens? You boil up someday, and then you give a trash, or you do something. You don't give food to the child, or something you do as a punishment. That is the reflection of manifestation of some conflict. Please remember this. This always happens. This is visible. In an office scenario, a memo is issued, show cause notice is issued, and then it remains in that person's mind. Okay, here he or she has given me a show cause, or did not listen to me. Come on, I will also see to it that my turn will come like this. And then conflict reduction, lower the conflict level. And this is very clever managerial skill, where you have to manage conflict between other people. You are not a party to it, but you are manager, so all the people are reporting to you. That is why managerial skills are so difficult to achieve. Anyway, so lowering the conflict level is conflict reduction. I will take you to the next slide. So conflict episodes are tried to explain with easy to understand example. That is latent conflict, the antecedents of conflict. Example is care resources. And on this further also in the next coming up slide, I have given some further good to understand examples also. So this is about the latent conflict. Now next one is manifest conflict. Here I have tried to explain this latent conflict. As I told you, examples are there. So in the lives of college students, or in our life also, what happens? Parking spaces. You must have seen that in your own university campus, if there are 300 two-wheelers coming, or in your cars, you got 5, 10 four-wheelers coming, and then university's own vehicles, where is the space? then there is always a conflict. The students complain that there is no proper parking space. Even officers complain that always happens. Then photocopying machines, you want to get some 10, 20 photocopies done, and there is only one machine in the entire office, so it causes a lot of conflict. So then computer laboratory, if you have a computer lab, there are 36 or 200 seats, whatever size. But if your students have occupied it or even partly occupied, you cannot do something else over there on the other seats. Then there is always a shortage of resources somewhere. Then books in the bookstore, this you all must have experienced as students also and as faculties also. You must have seen that. See, there are 20 copies of a given book, very good book, and everyone wants it. Now they don't get it on the same day, so there is a conflict happening in school and other parts of your life. At school level also we have seen this, at college life also we have seen this. Then university policies always will be very dominating. You have to adhere to them, they have to update, and we have to update ourselves always what the university wants to say. Like you have affiliated colleges spread all over the country. Your Makanal Chaturvedi universities, colleges are there. So they all experience this, that university has this policy, we have to have this is not there, that is not there. Then your inspection team goes. So there is a lot of conflict, happening, and it is always present. Though we might not shout out everything on this every day, but that conflict is definitely there. So let us go to the next. So here I explained manifest conflict is what, that is observable conflict behavior. And very good example, as already I have discussed, it is disagreement, discussion, and personal behavior. That is how it reflects in our behavior, that is observable. That is definitely can be noticed by one and all, that is manifested conflict. So, and then there is conflict aftermath. As I explained earlier, it is residue, remaining part of a conflict episode. So there is an example also I have given here. There is compromise and allocating scarce resources leaves both parties with less than they wanted. Now this should remain, no, like the parking space we were talking about, or the computer lab. Now the conflict is there, but it will definitely remain dissatisfied because of scarcity of such things. So that is an example, and this is always visible in our lives everywhere, in the professional and personal level. Let us go to the next. Now here we have come to tools for conflict management. What are the various tools of conflict management? Number one is use avoidance. When an issue is trivial, to temporarily delay, allow emotions to means what was, if it is very damaging, or you feel that this is unnecessarily hindering our work, it is better to avoid for the day, and do something better or something useful, instead of confronting that person or persons, I mean people, and then fighting it out the whole day. Instead of that, it is better to keep it pending, avoid, that is use avoidance. That is, avoidance is one of the techniques, tools for conflict management. Number two is accommodation. Accommodation means accepting the situation and trying to adjust, and this accommodation, adjustment is our everyday life also. We do adjust so many things, and we also do a lot of adjustments for finding a good way to live. So what is accommodation? When you find you are wrong as a favor, build relationship. You find that okay यार, ठीक है, कुछ तो मेरा भी problem होगा, I am also wrong sometimes, or I do not have this particular skill, let me accommodate this person with this situation. Likewise, then yeah, you can use competition when quick decisive action is vital, and when don't trust the opponent. Competition you can easily imagine with a good example like your university and other university. We say that we cooperate on this particular issue, or we can contribute equally for doing something. Immediately the management will not trust, so there will be competitive spirit in that whatever decisions we take. And we usually nobody trusts the opponent very easily. So competition shall remain, and competition is healthy also, because unless there is good healthy competition, we will not try to do better, and we'll carry on with whatever we have on hand. So we need to have competition. So use competitive spirit, create competition in the organization by one way or the other, by creating healthy competition with the organization goals. Then use compromise when goals are important but not worth the effort. Deception of more assertive approach means what? Like goals, when, see, every organization or group definitely have some goals, and they are the most important. But we feel that these goals are not worth the effort we are putting in. Like suppose if you are handling a research project, and on that you have to shell out say 7-10 days outside on the field, and you feel that it is really not good, like you are doing a survey of COVID-19, and whether it is worth of it or not, you will think twice, because you will moving out to the field, meeting other people, strange people, unknown people in certain areas. You will always think whether it is worth of doing it or not, because the government is already doing and giving us the data. And so that always disrupts more assertive approach, which is a very positive move. It even may not get adjusted. So compromise is avoid it or stop it for some time, and then you can do it. Then use collaboration when concerns are too important to be compromised, when objective is to merge insights, gain commitment when have the time. Like collaboration means obviously we collaborate so many things in our everyday organizational life. You have to collaborate and cooperate to create a cohesive working environment. That is called as collaboration. We collaborate with other companies, get technologies, get information, and modify our systems, our products, or our services. That is collaboration. So, what is important for us? That is critical for an organization or for managers to decide. So, these are broadly the tools for conflict management. Now, there was another very good video, but I'm very sorry whether it will play or not. Is the slide visible on your screens? Visual example. Hello? Hello, everyone. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Visible. I don't know, sir, what should be done to share the video, because somehow it's not playing. Come on, no issue. I'll go to the next slide, because there is a technical problem at my end. Somehow earlier when I had given a presentation on different topic, it played, but today there is some hitch. Some thing is not going well. Anyway, coming back to conflict management techniques, I will try to tell you important factors for this conflict management techniques. So, hello, everybody is listening, no? Okay. So, focus on compromising collaborating styles. That is how what we can have a focus on as managers, as seniors, or as executives. So, focus on shared goals requiring cooperation. Use communication skills. Obviously, communication skills are so very important. We all know it. And communicating in the proper language, in the proper method, in the proper way, proper media, selection of media also. Like communication skills are important. I myself I am feeling, sorry not to use it properly. The communication tool which we have, the video is not playing. Otherwise, all the hard work put behind that is gone. Anyway, no issue. Then use problem solving, decision making skills. There is what focus should be there, and what all can be done. Expansion of resources, smoothing, altering human variable, altering structural variables. There is examples I'll give. Bringing in outsiders, restructuring the organization, appointing a devil's advocate, and authoritative command. Here, let us try to take one example quickly. Small but good examples. Now, expansion of resources. Once I say this, all of you, the seniors and juniors, both will think that where the money will come from, because everything happens and revolves around vitamin M. Now here, expansion of resources, saying is easy, doing is difficult, because nowadays with last couple of months with COVID-19 on hand, all our hands are cut. We have very restricted availability of funds. So expansion of resources is good, very good suggestion, but immediately it cannot happen. It takes a lot of time to do so. Then smoothing is establishing good, smooth relationships among people by various techniques, and HR experts like Dr. Kanchan can know it already, that you establish some uh, connect with the staff by birthdays or anniversaries or having tea parties together or some get-togethers or even a picnic, and that helps in smoothing out the relationships among people. Then altering human variable, that is changing the tasks, what work has been assigned, or ironing some FDPs, that is what precisely is being happening here, giving some new, making some change, altering to their working area, and so that is altering human variable, adding some new manpower or changing or something of that sort, transferring people, promoting, changing. And then altering structural variables means what? The organizational structure, and both physical as well as working arenas. Something can be changed, adding on some facility of canteen or bookshop or something in the organization, that helps. But that again involves some cost somewhere. Then bringing in outsiders, that is bringing in an expert from outside to tackle these conflict issues and making him or her address the people, and giving them new ideas, something like that. But that sometimes, if it is only on contract, people will take it. If you appoint someone for a longer period of time, somebody from outside, he or still remains a stranger and outsider. So that effect doesn't come. It involves cost also. Bringing in outsiders, consultants, then psychology consultants are there. All this restructuring the organization, that is the entire organization structure you are changing. This involves a lot of time. This is usually done in holidays or summer vacations. When you come back, when the staff members come back, they find, oh, this is changed now. The physical restructuring is done in the organization, and a hierarchical also can be done by kind of bringing people to up levels or giving them newer responsibilities in for longer term, like maybe for the entire academic year. This is an institutional setup, but in a business organization, you can think that there can be hierarchical changes as well as physical changes in the restructuring of the organization. This can be done to minimize the conflict. Appointing a devil's advocate, that is within the staff only, you identify good opinion makers and make them, give them some tips here and there, groom them, and then they become, they move around among the people, and through gossiping or personal talks, they find out the reasons of conflict, and then it can be minimized. Then authoritative command is simply giving more authority. Of course, authority goes with responsibility, but giving more authority of decision making about the staff to the other members, that is delegation of authority. If it is given, then definitely it brings the fruitful result for benefit of all. So I think so far there is another video I did, review of conflict management techniques, beautiful one, but again I'm sorry whether it will work or not, and as it is it will not work it seems, but let's see. I'm trying to click it, please, because the linkage has been a problem, something wrong has happened. Please then good. Hello, the screen is visible.
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
hello everyone.
Yes, sir.
The
Visible.
screen is
The
visible.
video doesn't play.
No, sir.
The
Video is
video is
not
not
playing.
playing.
Slides are visible.
Oh my goodness. It is playing on my system and okay, come on. So I'll take you to the next slide. Now this is the last slide of my presentation. This small presentation, I hope this will prove useful somewhere in your professional and personal life. Thanks and best wishes to all. I once again express my heartfelt thanks to the management at Makhanlal Chaturvedi University, Dr. Kanchan Bhatia in particular, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I once again regret the non-playing of videos. I've done a lot of research and then put them in. Anyways, I'll share this presentation with Dr. Kanchan Bhatia ma'am, and I hope she will be able to share it with you all. I hope every one of you enjoyed this small discussion from my side. Thank you very much, all of you.